I absolutely was terrified that I was going to lose my son. In that moment, I was thinking that I was going to die.
Ever since she was a little girl, Rebekah Biscoff wanted to be a mother. Shortly after she married, she discovered she had health issues that would make pregnancy almost impossible.
I had an exploratory laparoscopy that diagnosed me with a pretty aggressive form of endometriosis. It was the day before my birthday, and that doctor told me, based on the images and on the history of the 2 previous surgeries before, that I would not be able to get pregnant. It was one of the darkest days of my life to hear that I might not ever be able to be a mom.
At the advice of her doctor, Rebekah had surgery, and against the odds, she and her husband Joe were able to conceive and deliver their daughter Addie.
The delivery was fairly smooth. I suffered from mild preeclampsia, but nothing that was cause for great alarm. After having my daughter, I knew that should my husband and I want to expand our family, that we would need to begin trying relatively quickly.
Preeclampsia is a complication characterized by high blood pressure and can also damage other organs, such as the liver and kidneys. When Rebekah became pregnant with her second child, Henry, things began to spiral down quickly at 36 weeks.
I had seen my doctor. She had an intuition that I firmly believe is from the Lord to just run some labs on me. And I remember praying for the Lord to give me intuition to decipher what was fear and what was Him wanting me to do something. And so I called the office. The receptionist answered the phone and said, "Baby, you need to get here now. It's not good."
Rebekah was rushed to the ER. She had developed a related life-threatening complication.
When my husband and I arrived at the hospital, we were greeted by a high-risk OB, ER doctor, and I knew then that this was very serious. I had what's called HELLP syndrome, which is where your liver enzymes are extremely high, your blood platelets are extremely low.
We did have a discussion about a C-section, and I said, obviously you want to listen to the OBGYN, but you need to be very concerned about the potential for a C-section because your platelet counts are low and your blood counts are low. So if at all possible, we really want to try to deliver this baby vaginally.
I do remember when my water broke that it was all blood. Immediately, my mom called my grandmother, who is a strong prayer warrior, who then reached out to her church, who then reached out to all of their contacts, and it is no question that there were hundreds of people praying for me that day. As horrible as I felt, I fought with everything that I had within me, with the help of many people praying to bring him into this world safely.
Her friends and family continued to pray as Rebekah began to lose consciousness.
When I didn't have a lot of fight left in me, the Lord was fighting for me, and He was giving me the strength to be able to endure this.
The next thing Rebekah remembers is holding her son Henry in her arms. Baby and mom were both going to make it.
We have patients that don't have the outcome she had. She got to the hospital and she got all the appropriate care. She was very in tune with her body.
Rebekah still has some lingering effects as a result of HELLP syndrome and has made it her purpose to raise awareness about the illness.
I've been able to speak to hospitals, to providers, to EMTs, first responders, and so it's been amazing to share some of the deepest and darkest parts of my story to save someone else one day.
God is using this for His glory, and she is on the podium and she is telling women about this, and her sole purpose in life right now is to bring awareness to women and make sure that other women and other babies never go through this.
This experience showed me that God is who He says He is, and that He can move mountains, and that even in the darkest of times when we cannot imagine or understand what we're going through, that He is still on His throne, and He will make all things beautiful in His time.